Hello, I'm Rob Boss, and thank you for joining us today. Today we're going to be doing a painting tutorial in the style of Bob Ross. No affiliation, not related, but let's get started, shall we? So at the bottom of your screen, you're going to be seeing a bunch of the colors that we're going to be using. But while you're looking at that, how we're going to get started is using some of this white paint. And we're just going to go ahead and just coat this entire painting with a bunch of white. Just continue to paint the entire canvas the same color it already is. See, the reason why we do this is because when we're actually painting, it's going to be a lot easier to blend the colors. I can't actually tell where I've already painted because it's the same color, but what you want to do is just keep on going, keep on stroking up and down, not left to right, I don't think. Little skid mark right here. I don't know how that happened, but we'll just paint over that. See, there's no real mistakes in painting. You just go ahead and paint over it. There's no mistakes. Just I like to call them happy little accidents. Kind of like a lot of you kids out there. Oop, got a little bit on my black thing right there. Whoops. Now that was a mistake. But as I say, just keep on painting. This should be a nice, relaxing tutorial. Just watch the nice smooth. Oh, hold on, we're having a little bit of issues. I'll cut to that really colorful screen with the beep thing. Oh, I'm losing a little bit of bristles right here. I don't know if that's a good sign or not. You want to just keep sweeping that bad boy out. There's nothing wrong with a little hair in your painting, but we want to start with the blank canvas. So let's just get that little straggler in there. Get that hair out of, it's not really moving, but just like anything else, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. I probably could be using another brush or something to get that out. Maybe even my hands. I can't reach. I need a tweezers or something. Does anyone have a tweezers or something? No? Okay, we'll just keep at it then. Once I get this last hair off, there you go. And there you go. Thanks for watching. I'm Rob Boss. What I want to do first to get started is to start off with this bloody, got a little bit of that blue color in there, but we start off with this little bloody red. You just want to get the tips of your brush, pull it down so it's a little bit lighter. Okay, so now that we have a nice even layer on both sides of your brush of this nice bloody red, what you're going to do next is essentially paint a bunch of X's because we want, a little bit of pink in our sky. And because we have red, we painted the canvas white. In theory, it should be pink. So let's just give it a try, shall we? It's pretty pink. See, what you want to do is create these little X's. This is going to be in your sky, and you just really want to make this X format. Go with a light touch. A lot of X's, a lot of X factor, a lot of X gonna give it to you. That's not good. Don't put that in. Please don't put that in. And there we go. All right, so next thing we want to do is continue our sky with a little bit of blue. Oh, as you can see, there's some of this doo-doo brown is starting to go on my thumb. All right, I'm sure we all can relate to that. So next thing we want to do, like I was saying, is continue building out our sky. We're going to go with a little bit of this blue right here. I don't know where to mix this because I used up all the space with the red, but that's okay. Hopefully it gets a little bit lighter. It's not. We're just going to have to go with this. So we want to start at the top and paint the rest of our sky with more X's, little X's like so. Kind of painting the top handle of this easel, but that's okay. Yeah, the X's don't seem to be blending too well. You might want to try some other letters. So maybe let's try some Y's. Lowercase Y's. It's pretty much just an X. As you can see, you can't tell where one color starts and where another one begins. I can't see it. Also colorblind. If you want to give the illusion of a happy little cloud right here, you're going to want to just kind of dab it in. And stroke it across. Okay, that's not a happy cloud. It's a little angry, but like I said, you know what I said. Let's just go and try and make this work a little bit. Just think really happy thoughts and just blend it in. And now you have a nice little cloud, as you can see, just blending in. Thanks for watching. I'm Rob Boss. Let's put some water in there. I really love water. So you want to start from the bottom and always go left to right. Start from the outside in. Oh, might have gotten a little bit of black on the brush. Another big whoops. You want to be very generous with your paint so that you can have that nice dark look on the outside, just like my soul. There you go. Always remember to pull from the outside in, horizontal strokes only. As you know, the ocean only goes horizontally. There's no ocean that goes vertically. And there is your ocean. What we're gonna do next is darken all the corners. Even the bottom right here, some at the top. We wanna really give it that one little filter thing on Instagram, the vinaigrette thing. So you wanna keep darkening each corner. It's okay if your painting shakes a little like this. I'm not sure why it's moving. Sometimes your paintings just come to life. And this one is definitely starting to look good. And it is coming to life, but we need another little BB thing. Let's go and do that. And once you finish off your corners, this is for the really fun part, washing your brushes. So you're gonna wanna dip your brush into this water and paint thinner, and you don't wanna spill it like I just did. So you're gonna really wanna rinse it out. As you can see, I put a little bit too much paint, and we might need a little bit more water. Whoops. And now that you have your relatively clean brush, what you're gonna do is basically just blend everything in. Starting from the lighter colors in, which is the pink area, just blend it in. And I pretty much did nothing. Let's move on. The next thing we're gonna wanna do is just take a little bit more of that blue, but this time we're gonna mix in a little bit of white. One that'll just a tad bit lighter. This is the real fun part here, watch here. So you're just gonna take the corner and just dab and pull down, just creating that distant little trees in the back. No, it might not look like trees yet, but we'll get there. Then you wanna grab a clean brush and you kind of just wanna dab it, pull up, create that illusion of mist. I don't know what's next. Well, what we're gonna do is add another layer of trees, but a little closer. So you wanna go a little bit darker, and we're gonna do the same thing, just a little closer. Dab and pull down. Everybody likes trees. That is your second layer of trees. And then we're just gonna take our clean brush again and just do the same thing. Just dab it. Create that illusion of mist. Might have put a little bit too much paint again. Common mistake. You're gonna wanna pull up from the water. You're gonna do a pull up. That works, kind of. Yep. Next thing we're gonna do is get our little knife thing right here. And we're gonna just take a little bit more of that blue, black, add some red in there as well. Mixing, why not add some white while we're at it? Put some white in that bad boy and mix this bad boy up. Totally up to you what you wanna do. This painting is your world. You have all the control. But really what you wanna do is check Bob Ross's tutorial to make sure you're doing it right. So what we're gonna do is give ourselves some trees. So what you wanna do is just kind of dab it in. We're making little trees, still in the distance. Might look like a bunch of sticks for now, but they are trees. Don't be shy. Every tree needs a friend. Chandler, some Monica, Ross and Rachel right here. Phoebes, but no Joeys. We don't need no Joeys. And those are some pretty not detailed trees. What you're gonna do is we're gonna take a little bit of white. It's a nice little neato little trick I like to call creating. Just get some white and then you're just gonna tap it in between the trees to give it a little illusion of having just little trunks in there, tree trunks. Just dab it here and there. Don't need a lot. In fact, you can barely see it, I bet. But I can because I'm really close to it. And the next thing we want to do is take your knife, just get a little bit of white, real little bit on the edges. here. We are going to create a water line between these little slices right here, all the way across, just like Rick Ross. All right, next we are going to make another color, get a little bit of red in there, a little bit of blue, a little bit of green. Really just mix in whatever the hell you want to do, whatever makes you happy. As you can see, it's just another dark color. Being as colorblind as I am, they all look pretty much the same. This doo-doo's still on my thumb. Ain't nothing wrong with that, as long as you're having fun. This part's really scary, but remember, there are no mistakes. They're just happy acts, Just start right here. We're gonna start by making a straight line down. Here's where it gets really crazy. What you wanna do is take the edge of your brush, your fan brush, just do a little dab right about here. And then a dab on this side. And then back on this side, just a little bit wider. And just continue the pattern. You're just gonna make a Z's. Just gonna make a Z's, back and forth, back and forth. Lots of Z's, lots of trees. I'm sure there's some bees. And here are my knees. There's one tree, and I'm just gonna make a couple more. Same technique. Make the Z's. Make the Z's on sorry. And the next thing we're gonna do now is mix a little bit of that same color we made the tree out of with a little bit of yellow. Just make a nice bright green color. And what we're gonna do with this green is go back in here and just put some highlights. Just dab it on. You gotta make sure all your trees get equal amount of love, so he's just as happy as his neighbor. You don't ever want to have angry neighbors. Trees are no different. So we're gonna take some of this white, mix it into that, try not to get this blue, mix it into that same green. Just take this lighter green color and just pop in some indication of a little bush down here. And it should be floating on a nice little yellowish green submarine. And that's its island. And since we have our island now, what we're gonna do is create a little bit of dirt. So finally, we're gonna use my doo-doo brown thumb and we're gonna mix it with the remaining white that we have here. All right, what we're gonna be doing next is creating gigantic trees in the foreground. And this could pretty much ruin your painting. Even Mr. Ross says that this is a bravery test, so we're just gonna try it. We're just gonna go ahead and try it because we're not afraid. This is our world. We can do whatever we want in our world, even mess it up. So let's go for it. You're gonna take the edge of your brush and just start dabbing. There's some green on there. That was a happy mistake. Hold on. Just cover over that. Keep dabbing away until you ruin what you have. And make some bushes down here. Why not? Everybody loves a good bush. Could use a little bit more pink, but I am kind of lazy to make it. Again, it's really up to you guys to decide how big your bush is. It's always your own personal decision. You decide your bush to just end right in the middle, or you can just keep your bush going all the way. Basically just painted the corner black. So what we're gonna do is just draw a little trunk straight in there. Let me just check one more time what he did. I got scared and I stopped pressing down because it was so wide. But you know, that's why it doesn't look good. Never paint with fear. Let's try this again. Remember to make the sounds, it's very important. And that's very thick. That was not intentional. No mistakes though. So not the best line in the world, but we'll see. All right, so I think I put a little too much paint. So I'm gonna try and just scrape a little bit off. Scrape it a little bit off. Make it a little lighter. Oh, oh, okay. That's a little less. So then we're just gonna take more of this green that we had earlier, and you're just gonna take the corner and just kind of dab them in. Don't be afraid. Just dab in some leaves. Now it's time to get, that's right, even crazier. What we're gonna do, more trees. And even riskier than before, because we're going big. Okay. And you know what? Why not? Let's make another tree. Let's go right here. Let's go a little curvy with this one. Not everybody's completely straight, if you know what I mean. A little bit of a curve. Just like that. And we are just gonna do a little bit of the Z's on sorries. I'm not even making Z's anymore, see, it doesn't even matter. Once you start getting a little bored of painting, you just start messing around, kind of give up a little bit, but it's okay. Next, we are going to take some of that green that we made earlier and just add a little bit more yellow. Just make it a bright yellow color. And just paint out our individual bushes, wherever you want it to be. You didn't know there was a bush here, did you? And that's supposed to be a bush. You know what? Let's make some rocks. So what we're gonna do is take some of the brown, a little bit of the white. What's really gonna give it some color is some black. A little bit of black. Very lightly, just draw in some indication that there's some rocks right here. There we go. And then we're gonna go back to our construction green. Dark chocolate brown. Have a nice little path right here. Nice big skid mark. A little bit of lighter color. Highlight your skid mark. Give it some flavor. There we go. Just make a few more bushes. And just keep making your bushes until you are satisfied. And we're basically just gonna make some sticks with the dark brown from earlier. These little details are what really makes it just more sticky, I guess. At this point, I'm just tired, so. Another way you can add some sticks to your painting, you actually just take a clean knife and you're just gonna carve through it. And just pretty much keep scratching up your whole painting. Well, everything you work so hard to do, just scratch it up. Another technique you could use, just get like a cat and or dog and just let them run loose. And after adding all your scratches, pretty much the last thing to do is to sign it. One of the hardest parts of cursive is the B. So we're just gonna make a squiggly line because no one really reads this, do they? And there you have it. Something. Look at this. Are we done? Am I done? I'm sick of this shit. Man, that was irritating. So mad. I hate this piece of shit. Slow ass, wanna be all relaxed shit. Be real, dude. Be real, you know? What the f? Clean this shit up.